Hello, students. Today we will begin with a chapter in civics. Okay, the name of the chapter is Our Life in Society. Now, in the fifth standard, we have learned about the evolution of man. It tells us that our present social life has taken shape through a process of evolution. Over thousands of years, man has moved from a nomadic stage to a settled social life. Now, what do you mean by evolution? Evolution means developing, and nomadic means someone who lives by traveling from place to place. Now, what did the nomadic people used to do? They used to hunt animals or carry tents with them to move from one place to another. Let's move forward. Why did man feel the need for society? A stable and secure community life is necessary for the development of the individual as well as society. Now, in the nomadic stage, man did not have the stability and security. Now, what is stability and security? Just as now we get food, clothing, and shelter. Before that, they used to not have proper shelter. That is why they used to move their tents from one place to another, and they used to not get proper food also. So, what they used to do, they used to go for hunting because he used to travel from place to place for food. Let's move to the next slide. Now, when man realized that living in a group provides security, people came together to develop an organized way of life. This was one of the main motivations for the creation of society. Now, human beings felt that for living in a society and for the smooth functioning of day to day matters, means all the things to go on smoothly, there should be some rules. Now, for everything, there is rules. Your school also has some rules which you have to follow. Now, living in society, man felt the need for rules to help with the smooth functioning of day to day matters. It gives rise to conventions, traditions, ethics, and values. Rules and laws. Man's life in society became more organized and stable. Now, what do you mean by convention? Convention means a proper way of doing a particular thing. And ethics means moral values and principles. Let's move to the next slide. Let's move further. Now we will learn about social nature of man. Now man is social by nature and has many needs. Now we have some needs now which should be fulfilled. It means that we all love to live in society with other human beings. We love to live with other people, right? With some of our friends, with the society people. In we have many needs to be fulfilled. From that, the most important one is food, shelter, clothing are our physical needs. These needs are very important to us. At once these needs are satisfied, we get a sense of stability. Once these needs are satisfied, we will be happy. Let's move to the next slide. We also have some emotional and psychological needs. It means needs related to our feelings and minds. Let's understand this with an example. Now, I'm giving you an example. When you stand first in the class or win in any sports or make achievements in any fields of your interest which you like, how do you feel? Now, how do you feel? Obviously, you will feel very happy and you wish to share that happiness with others. You keep on sharing it with someone, with your friends, with your family members, with your parents, relatives, right? Similarly, when you are sad, you wish to have someone with you. For this, we have family, relatives, friends, and we feel secure. Now, same way as you are happy, when you are sad, also you share it with someone. So we can say that feeling secure is an emotional need. Now, see in that picture, there are two pictures. The first picture is where there are three people and they're very happy, and the second picture is where a girl is sitting very sad. Let's move to the next slide. Now, for example, we need books for studying and paper for books. That is why occupations. Occupation means people where they work, like manufacturing, paper, printing, printing, book binding, develop. Now, if these people stop doing all these things like printing, the binding the books, what will happen? We won't get the books. Now, all these needs can be fulfilled in the society only with the help of people of different occupation and skills. Now, all these needs to be fulfilled, we should have people who have such skills. In this picture, see now in the down picture, in this picture, you can see there are people of different occupations, means people who are in different fields. They help us in fulfilling our daily needs. Now, here we can take an example of this lockdown period which is going on. Now, all of us are locked in our homes, right? But still, there are many people who are working day and night, right? There are many people who are working out. Like, for example, the doctors, the police, they are working, right? They don't have holiday like us. They are not sitting at home to provide us essential things. Thus, we can say that we depend on each other for our needs. Thus, we can say we depend on each other for our needs. Let's move to the next slide. Let's move to the next topic, that is our development. Now, every person is born free with some qualities. Every person has some quality. Now, for example, some are good in studies, some are good in drawing, some are good in singing, some are good in dancing, like that. So, each person has some qualities and capabilities, but they are dormant. Dormant means they are not active. They develop in society. For example, language learning. Now, you might be knowing one language, but to know other languages, when you be with people, you learn that language slowly. We can use language to communicate with one another. Now, when we talk to one another, what we do, we use a certain language. But we don't start speaking at birth. Do you start speaking when you at the time you are born? You just start speaking? No. We learn language gradually. That means slowly with the people around us, with which people we are. So we can say that our first language is the one that is spoken at our home. Okay. On the other hand, schools also provide opportunities to learn different languages. Nowadays, school also give that scope of learning different languages. For example, French, Sanskrit, Hindi, English. We also have capacity to think independently. Independently means we are free to think. Now, what does it mean? It means that we all think differently. Let's try to understand. Let's try to understand this with an example. Now, if in a class, teacher gives a topic to write an essay, you must have noticed that no two essays are same. Why? It is because the thought process of each person is different. That means each person thinking is different. In this way, society helps in the development of our emotional capabilities and the power to think and provide us the opportunity for expressing our thoughts and feelings. Now, when a topic of essay is given, will everyone's essay be same? No. Why? Because everyone's thought is different regarding to that particular topic. The development of our artistics and other talents also takes place in our society. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Now, let's see. Now, all of you have some hobbies and interests, right? Everyone must be having some hobbies and interests. Like some of you want to be singers, scientists, musicians, and some of you like adventurous sports. Now, what is adventurous sports? Like going for trekking, mountaineering. You also know about social workers. Who are social workers? Who would like to help others. Now, all these qualities develop because of the encouragement of our society. This encouragement is very important for our progress. This encouragement very important for us to move forward. As you see, if you do something good, you get appreciation. Now, when you get good marks, you get appreciation. Right? Your teachers praise you, your parents praise you, right? So for that, you feel encouraged, you feel happy, and try to do better next time, so that you will do more better next time. Let's move to the next slide. Now we will see what is meant by society. Society is simply not a mob or a crowd of people. A society is formed when people come together to achieve certain objectives. Now society is not simply a crowd of lot of people together. What is society? Society is formed when all the people come together to achieve certain objectives. What objectives? Like for example, if you are in a problem, you solve that person's problem. When you will be in problem, the other person will solve your problems. Society includes all people, men, women, grown ups, old people, young children. Our families are also a part of the society. We also belong now to the society. It also includes different groups, institutions, and organization. Now, so if you look around, there are people, there are different institutions. Now, what do you mean by institutions? Institutions are like school, colleges, training centers, different organizations like the NGOs, health, healthcare departments, hospitals, offices, and so on. All these peoples are interrelated and interdependent. Means all these people are dependent on others for their needs, on each other. So, in order to fulfill needs like food, clothing, shelter, and security, the society has to create a system that is called as the permanent system. Let's move to the next slide. Permanent system. A permanent system is essential for the continuous existence of the society. Without such a system, the day-to-day affairs of the society cannot be continued. Now, one of the most important needs is, for example, agriculture. Now, you know, without food, we won't be able to live, right? For you know that India is an agricultural nation. Means our country, India, is called as an agricultural nation. Why? Because we grow different types of crops. And agriculture is essential to fulfill the needs of food. Agriculture is essential. No? Without agriculture, you won't get the food grains. So, different institution must be created to perform all the functions related to agriculture, such as factory should be there to manufacture tools. Now, for agriculture, you need some tools and implements now for plowing, right? For farming, such as factory should be there to manufacture tool and equipments which are necessary for agriculture, used for farming. There should be banks to provide loans. There should be also banks to provide loans. To provide loans to whom? To the farmers. And there should be proper market. Why there should be proper market? When these things, when these crops are grown, there should be proper market where the things are being sold and there are people to buy, to sell the things produced in agriculture. So all these systems make a society stable. That means all these systems make the society, it works smoothly. Let's move to the next slide. That is your homework. Is you have to find the answers of these questions. First is a fill in the blanks. A dash and dash community life is necessary for the development of the individual as well as society. Second one is living in society, man felt the needs for rules to help with the smooth dash of day-to-day matters. Third one is what are our physical needs, and the fourth one is what is meant by society. So that's all for now. Your chapter ends over here. We will learn the next chapter in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.